something happen, but they're gonna miss out on it. 24 points is the end here for them, and Keta towards the end.
Dude,
so close.
So sad. If Kilyakai on the top got the kills on X8UL, they would have made it. They would have made it. If he got 2 or 3 kills and the other guys on the Ascent turned around, they would have gotten 3 kills or 4 kills on X8UL.
Of course, we have new organizations coming in as well, Avenger. We've got Soul from India, who has picked up the XBBB team. I am super excited to have Soul on the board. We've got S8UL, of course, who have got a lot of fame in other PUBGs. And we've got...
They need the points. They're not inside the top 8 currently.
It's a dangerous push, but one they know they have to go for. That's tough, though. I mean, going out versus a Sonoff, oh, it feels bad. But Pixelic, I would say, definitely pulled his weight in that fight. It was just an all-control look from them. Soul now moving over towards Bushido Wildcats. This is the one-on-one fight that matters most right now because Bushido Wildcats, they're right on the cusp. Soul does take them down. There will be one player lying on the floor for Soul. He's Molotov. See if a doozy can be able to do this alongside the rest of his teammates. Nades have been sent their way. It's looking fairly good, but the bounce is not quite there. Over towards Bushido Wildcats. And it goes through, and it's perfect.
Phil first straight onto Crossbreak. It's a direct competitor taken out as well here, Blank. Taking down Bushido Wildcats. The team that they were tied with. Now Soul being able to get the points here. That is massive. Locking down a center position. And I'll say this.
Up into top 8. And definitely possible with the amount of players they still have on board and the position they're holding over in this northwest. But they do sort of need another northern shift on this one to make it work so they can play in from this side. It's going to take a little bit to make it work, but a doozy does find another knock from their side of things. Just wants to make this as safe as possible.
Smoke coming out here, and that's easy. But yeah, now trying to get over to the other guys, it's going to be an impossible task. He's going to have to move through X8UL. And I think if TMO finds a perfect timing here on the X8UL and Ascent fight, that could be massive for them here. But yeah, no slack inside the Harry Potter Tower is also a little bit dangerous, Blank, because they're going to have to make them way in, and they're going to have to fight Jogo Benito for it, which is the team that they're directly fighting for here. TMO, as I said, trying to fight Ascent, though. Can they find something? Oh, my God.
But this is chasing still. So for Soul, although they might stay in with the points they're getting at 31 and the 4 players, for Jogo Benito, as well as No Slack, it's looking worrying.
Yeah, but if Soul gets out and gets Jogo Benito out, they get the kills to make this happen. Molotov finds Jogo Benito. This looks like their campaign is about to end.
Yeah, I mean, for Noddy going down, Jogo Benito looking like they're in a tight spot at the moment. Nades go over the top, and that is Jogo Benito down. So Viz just need to live a little bit longer. That's all they need.
One kill.
Points would do it as well.
Yeah, 1 kill, 1 placement points would do it here. And there is an Ascent player that's left alive as well. So it's looking likely. If Keta gets found here, that is Viz jumping above.
As we've seen earlier today, they seem to thrive from that position.
Okay, he actually gets into cover here. Howl, man. Could be insane. Stratus comes out and tries to strike here, but he gets found. Damage done here from Molotov. Jumps back in, trying to get something happening here. Look at that. Keter is really the next. Oh my God, a blue zone onto him. That's going to force him out, force him away, or at least try to drive over there. And now, with everything happening here, No Slack jumps over impact here for sure. Molotov finds IXT. Look at that. Molotov finds Sata as well. No Slack is going down. The nade actually didn't connect anything. And now it's time for Howl to try to make a move here. Another placement point coming their way. Can he find something? Mad finds Phil first. Keter now is the man to destroy the dreams of X8UL, that's for sure. Soul is down to a 3v3 with X8UL, and Keter is on the side from Ascent here. He could have an impact. Imagine though, he could also win it if he kills them. If he gets an impact and gets the win eventually. Keter finds 1. He strikes 2. Finds a flush as well. Finds 2 flushes. Ascent is up into 26 points. And he's out. Ascent is out in 3rd place. That's enough. That's it. That's going to be it. That's not enough. Jogo Benito, 28 points. Viz, 28 points. And it's a tie for the placement points. And look at that. Molotov closes off. And X8UL doesn't stand a chance either. 13 kills here for doesn't stand a chance either. 13 kills here for Soul to win the last game is insane, Blank.
How far do they go up the tables, though? How far do they go up the tables there after getting the chicken dinner as well? Because I'm very curious to see where they end up.
damage, and he will go down here. Joga Bonito is once again just ramming into these positions, going for the shutdown. They take some casualties along the way, but SouLPanda's got himself 3 kills. Not bad.
I mean, as So said, not doing terribly. The back of that, honestly. Getting some good damage done, looking for a little bit more, like you say. Doing himself here, ready to be popped with a pin on one of these grenades, and he will be out. And Soul do manage to maintain a lot of their players. It's been a slow approach from Soul, but I do like this play from them. And now they're looking over towards S2G. Baron's been very cheeky, tried to make his way in the vehicle, immediately taken out of the picture. Very nicely done. Very cheeky, tried to make his way in the vehicle, immediately taken out of the picture. Very nicely done by Soul. A really patient approach there that worked out fantastically well for them, and they can nestle themselves in on this side just underneath Hive and kind of use them as the guard dogs for the rest of the lobby. So potentially Hive placing circle boosting away from them once again, and now Soul needs to figure out a different path in.
Yeah, hopefully for Soul, they've got some smokes there from the body boxes
that are Ascend as well as Viz. It's a really, really difficult decision for them to make.
Metabay even trying to go for the backstab, but Phil first turns around. He was a prodigy a few years ago, and he's been a mainstay ever since for BB team. And going into Soul now. Soul looking fantastic on the position that they're in. So said trying to shut down the rest of Ascend, who was caught in the shack, and they are being blown to smithereens at the moment. If more guns come from Nemesis, I don't know how Ascend gets out of this one.
Yeah, I mean, Nemesis are just so good at suffocating squads out, just slowly applying the pressure until it's has been spotting this out from the south side. Spots over towards Team Nemesis as they start to move in, but Chris will go down. More shots from a doozy. Smokes are immediately placed to stop these shots from coming through, and now Team Nemesis might need to double back.
Yeah, Ascend, you are the meat in this sandwich. It is no go for you at all. Killing a guy down. Ascend is gone from the sheer pressure coming in. That was a blue zone from Phil First as well. Phil First has found his footing already in just 2 games alone here for Soul. The first one didn't go their way at all, but more nades against them. They were able to find so many Molodocs here. Oh my days, and he continues. Bye-bye, Nemesis.
That was just one perfectly placed nade after another. And Soul lights them up. What a absolute explosive entrance onto the scene here for Team Soul. It looked a little bit dreary in that last game, but what a play from them here. A doozy providing that information all the way back from the very beginning of that fight, and they capitalized. It's a really nice building. Very, very smart plays from them.
They're no doubt one of the biggest pickups in PEC for Soul, from BB team going over to Soul. After being let go from BB team. So Soul has got some real high hopes for this squad. They have shown that they are championship material in the past. What an acquisition for Soul. And now Na'Vi going to be trying to move around on the south side here. Unfortunately for them, though, Mogar and Dante instantly shut down Boost Stick. There's not many options here left alive for Spiro and Hakatori down in that south side.
No Slack looking for an entrance into this one, but it's looking dire right now. Mortar being the only saving grace from them. Soul tries to move in. No Slack takes shots over towards a doozy. Phil First out straight away, but Best of Luck now needs to make something big happen. Phil First is down. Molodok as well. It looks like Soul might have just about crashed themselves into this one.
I think they've done so well, critically analyzing exactly what they needed to do to be able to move from dip to dip. I mean, as much as, yes, they're not going to be able to win out this game, in a like 0.5% chance basically now of being able to win it, they've done enough, considering they had to come from Impala, had to make those transitions. I did see a smoke route for them trying to go
help of Hive here versus No Slack as they make their way in. It's a great nade though from iqoosoul over towards Bestalok, and now it's all down to Phil First. Another nade will tag him pretty heavily, and Hive's nowhere to be seen actually.
He must be gone at this point here. They've done what they could, Soul, but trying to deal with the torrent of aggression that's going to be coming from No Slack should be impossible here. Phil First, now he's gone. Satta as well as iqoosoul are able to shut it down. I've been quite impressed by the fact that Navi's lasted for as long as they have on the other side, but
Soul and Phil First here on this new team coming in with the most kills. That is awesome, but the way that these new teams obviously are coming in, but that's what we were talking about on the pre-show, guys. them having these 5 weeks to play against the majority of the teams that they're going to come in and play against, on top of that also being in the scrims. And the other guys that are... It's rough, man. With Soul just coming in to clean this up. That's just going to be dead. Phil first finds him. Construction workers and TMO in a mutual destruction situation here. Him coming in with this one, obviously.
Over the idea of being able to hit that, and eventually they did get in for the cleanup here. Not too many kills available to them. We're not absolutely doing that, but you want to do it as cleanly as possible. And obviously they took no knocks, took no casualties, and are now trying to shoot down Ares, who's deep in the blue, whilst they were coming in to clean up the compound.
I'm trying to see if we can get the explosion here. Maybe the timing is good unless he crawled away from the car here, but let's see. Nah, it's not enough. But, oh, the cover. Oh, it flipped in the wrong way. Oh, he hit him. He actually got him. That's the point coming in from Medusi here. Now, Jogo Bonito in a big fight with Bushido. Wildcat.
Leapfrog head forwards here. Unfortunately for Kirexi, he's down to the explosion of his own vehicle. More nades will go forwards, trying to get rid of X-Howl across the way from them. Does it bounce? Actually, I mean, they hit the shots anyway. It doesn't matter. It's all on Odin here to try and do something about this. He's on the other side, though. He's far more concerned with the fact that Soul is about to bombard him.
That's a great nade here. Tons of damage done here. Is more being committed? No, not just yet here. Soul needs to have this fight on the western side here. They need to engage onto Ascend. They're going to do that instead. Maybe they're thinking a quick kill could open up the door here. Adusi goes down too, and Bushido Wildcat's actually eliminated.
This is very bold by Soul to try and make this work, and Keta actually does greet Aduzi straight away as they're trying to crash on forwards for this. Molodok's down as well. I think there's only one left here for Soul really to try and make something work with it all and said and done. Might just be Phil first once again, but Molodok's here with a nade actually knocks Phil first. It's all gone awry here for Soul. Oh no.
He dropped the nade after he got knocked, and it confirmed himself, knocked a teammate and exploded a car, and Soul's out sadly. I actually love the campaign that they had.
How much utility they even have to try and deny this from X-Howl on the other side of things. Blue Zone and picture as well, as all of these teams are now crashing into these important locations. And a doozy with a mortar now is putting in some work against Ascend.
I would be hating life if I heard mortars and then I also got hit by mortars. Like, everyone's using them. There's just mortars everywhere. They're pumping the blanks full of the mortar. And obviously that's the car, not our co-caster I'm talking about. Paul Blank, yeah.
They know that somebody's there, and maybe they want to deny that from moving on in. But as soon as they move as 4-man down into there, that could be a qualification game for them if they're able to make it work. They're only on 10 points right now. They need more.
It's again the versus pro here. Can they take this deep? Ferris finds Batulin's already. They're going to try to get confirmation on him. Demon steal it.
Heyman on the other side hitting double Panzer against S2G, but that's by the by here as Twisted Minds is getting absolutely battered by the position here for Virtus Pro. They've moved in underneath them, but I think Virtus Pro is only a matter of time before we move on in here and get a flush and get a finish off here. At the same time, though, on the right-hand side, they do take a lot of damage there, thanks to Perfectix being able to do huge damage with that nade as well as spray. They were unaware of the fact that he moved in underneath them, and Virtus Pro will shut down Twisted Minds on this move.
Correxy and Looks like they're going to be last. Yeah, Hakatori just finds these two open knocks here. And look at that, though. The push on from Bushido Wildcats. They're a huge push from them, actually.
Good timing.